Hi, welcome back to Ninetail Hobbies. On this Mod My Legion, we are going to make a Rebel Bad Batch. It's a fairly straightforward mod with just really needing to remove the emblems and everything and then doing a slightly different paint job. We are going to do a little bit extra on Hunter. So this is going to be a 2 out of 5 Jawas. Unfortunately, Omega, there's not a ton that you can do for her to make her look like the later season one. You can clip her hair off and put a Rebel Trooper helmet on, but it doesn't really help the outfit. You can paint it somewhat differently, so we're going to leave her alone and just do everybody else. So starting off with Tech, he does not have any emblems or anything on him, so just assemble him as per usual and you're good to go. With Echo, he doesn't have a ton, and luckily his outfit didn't really change, so he's just got this skull here, and then the 99 on his head. We're just gonna use our knife and very, very gently cut this off, and then once you get it pretty well cut off, just take the flat of the blade, just like you're taking mold lines off. Scrape that off so it's nice and smooth. And then we're gonna do the same thing. You can do this before you assemble, but I found that on most of this stuff, it doesn't matter either way for Bad Batch. And if you want to, you can take some just thin cement. This isn't necessary, but I like to do it, and just helps clean up any wispies or any random bits that you've got hanging out. Crosshair is like Tech, doesn't really have any emblems. His pose is pretty bland. I've got a higher difficulty mod for him planned, but that's going to be a later date. Wrecker's got the 99, he's got the skulls, and then he's got the bit on the back. Now, the shoulder pads have this line that comes down right through here, and we can try to preserve it as much as possible. We don't want to dig in, we want to try to keep the line as much as we can. Now we've got it flat, and you notice there's little deviations right there. So come in and just smooth these out best you can. Try to keep it flat and parallel with, keep this line going. And we're going to do the same thing here. And you can always do just a little bit at a time and refine it down as you go. Just taking our time and refining down the shape until it's nice, smooth, and consistent. And you got this little tab from the skull down here at the bottom, and I just like to round it off, and it's good. Now Hunter we leave disassembled because we are going to add his scarf and his wraps, and it just makes life a whole lot easier if we do that. So we're going to take a piece of masking tape and do a decent estimate. I tried this before on a previous one, and just long enough to wrap around. So we're going to take our knife and we're just going to cut very thin strips. Don't worry about them being completely uniform. Keep them as close as you can, but if they're not, it's not going to be the end of the world. And then we're going to take one more piece. And you can do this with green stuff, but this is just turns out a whole lot easier. So this is going to be the scarf. We're going to take it, wrap it around a couple times. Don't worry if you get if the sticky comes off. We're going to glue it down. So you want to take it, wrap it in place, press it in place, and then it'll take you a couple of tries to kind of get the size and everything down. This piece is a little bit bigger. Put it right in the back corner. And where we glue it down, it gives us a chance to control this a little bit better. And when we get it where we like it, and glue it in place. You do have to be a little patient. So we've got our bases. So now we can put our head on to get it to sit how we want better. Now, because we want it to look like he's got the helmet on, just like in the pictures. So we're going to push it under the pauldron. And this time we're going to make sure, because he's got that little bit that comes up in front. If you want to add more, of course you can. You know, this is just a season to taste kind of deal. Push in the bits where I think they need to be pushed in. We want to keep our folds and everything. Keep our cloth look. And here's that. For this one, we still want to keep our super glue handy. Pull up a little piece. Gonna wrap it around, and it doesn't need to go side to side because his comes in right here, and that ended up being just about perfect. We're gonna take it and just do the tiniest dab. So we do the other one the exact same way. And you don't have to go crazy with it. Just, I don't know, 4 or 5 of these. Just make sure that you crisscross them in interesting ways. And then we take the skulls off, same thing. Got one right here. Yeah, that's pretty much his only one that we need to worry about.
To find the differences of how to paint these guys, there's a ton of online sources. I'll throw up some quick color swatches, just not specific paints, but just to give you an idea. Tech moves from his black, white, and red to blues, browns, and a little bit of oranges. Crosshair's color scheme pretty much just gets inverted. Instead of black and red, it's white and red. I do usually do his undersuit, his gloves and whatnot in black, just to give a bit more contrast. There is a little bit of freehand. It's straight lines, which doesn't sound like it should be hard, but is usually way harder than doing other normal freehand. Omega gets the same treatment as always, just flesh tones. I usually do a mix of real dark blue and black to break up her pants and her shirt, and then the white and reds, and then we just do a little bit of glow off of the bow. Very straightforward and quick with her. Wrecker is one of the more interesting color choices, color changes that they did between the first and second season and the third. His suit becomes more bluish gray, and the armor, he's got this almost muddy green-brown for his undersuit. He's got little highlights of a dark teal, and then he's got leather, and then he's got these yellowy brown shoulder pauldron trims. So his outfit changes quite a bit. It's got the most amount of color choices, I feel like, besides Hunter. Echo is another one that gets a big color shift, going from pretty much just black. He gets a lot of white on his suit. He gets some red and orange style highlights, a lot of leather work and everything. Definitely one of my favorite paint jobs for Bad Batch. For Hunter, I don't know, they really threw the primary color wall at him. He's got the reds, blues, whites, blacks, a lot of leathers, and the payoff for those mods that we did with the scarf and the wraps on the arms will definitely show up, and we can highlight once we get paint on these. And again, if you decide to skip the masking technique and just paint it, it still looks really solid. This just adds that little extra something. I wanted to do a quick community shout out to Tyler, Dr. Tyler on the Discord from the Legion community for this awesome Super Tac kit bash. I had done a similar Skeletor one, and this is his take on it. I love the B1 pauldrons cloak thing. Just great take on this bash. And if anybody's got anything, feel free to send it to me or point it out on Discord or Instagram. My email is down in the description. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a nice turntable shot of Bad Batch because I had to go to a con, so I just took a quick photo. But thank you guys for checking it out, and I hope this helps someone get their Rebel Bad Batch on the board. Catch y'all on the next one.